Where this one? Here. Sippers, welcome to this live episode of the Tea With Me podcast. We're streaming on all the platforms: YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Bebo, Face Party. Do you remember Face Party?
No.
Were you on that?
No.
What did you start with then, Bebo?
MySpace.
You were on MySpace?
Yeah.
You were emo on MySpace?
No. What are you on about?
Ladies and gentlemen, my that'll annoy you all weekend, me cutting you off like that, won't it?
Yes.
And my guests are, and I hope I'm pronouncing this right, Ciaran Bartlett. Is that right?
That's correct, yeah.
We will be joined intermittently. What does that mean?
Imminently.
We will be joined imminently by the insatiable William Thompson.
His eminence is imminent, you
Yes.
could say, if you were into being a cunt.
Ciaran Bartlett, ladies and gentlemen. So we're live on all the things. We do these episodes every Friday, 2 p.m. on the Patreon. But we're doing this as a cheeky sort of, what do you, like, you know, in Victorian days when the buxom ladies would have lifted up a little bit of their night dress.
Show the garter, like, yeah.
Show the garter.
That's what
You're like a stinking Paddy McGuinness. Let the boy see the garter. Ciaran Bartlett, you well, mate?
I'm alright,
We went for lunch there, and you told me you started a story,
yeah.
and I said, whoa, no, and I put my finger on your lips, and
You did.
you got a wee root.
You got a wee bit of my French dip sauce on your finger when you did that.
Oh, that's disgusting.
I know.
But you said you started the story by saying this. You said, "Oh, I had to phone the police on myself."
I did.
And I said, put that on ice and tell me and everybody else on the live stream.
Yeah, when we were in America, should we flex there? See that?
Whoa.
When we were
It's
in
not
America,
like space.
when we were in America, it is to the working class, Shane. And we I'm only joking. Fuck up, right? So we're in America, and
Tourette's?
I know we're in America. And no, do you know what it is? I've had that sandwich, and I really need to sleep. Anyway, I shouldn't have had that. I'm so tired now. Anyway,
You're a big
I am
toddler.
actually a child. Like, yeah. So we
Oh, imagine you in a nursery.
Imagine left me in a Moses basket. We sorry, we're in America, right? And we've been driving.
Would you do big baby role play stuff if you got paid a lot of money by people online?
What do you mean, like an
could you-
OnlyFans
Yeah,
type
yeah,
situation?
yeah.
I don't know.
You do a
I
wee
don't know.
ruskin on your nappy?
I would do that if I thought people weren't doing it to like
Get off.
get off. Yeah, that's a
Right.
good. Yeah, I'm trying to be nice because I know we're streaming everywhere here.
Yeah.
Even though it did drop a C-bomb already, but like,
Yeah.
if people weren't doing it to get off, I would do it. If they were doing it to laugh at me, I would do it.
Right, so what were you saying about phoning the police?
I do a good baby cry. You know, like when a baby. I can also do a baby.
This has got weird.
Do you want to see a baby shitting its nappy? You know, a baby does a shit, and then you know when a baby is at that age where they know taking a shit fucks you up, like it's like they know it's fucking your day up.
Right,
They get to that age, it's when they're sort of nearly ready to stop using nappies,
right.
and they just go like. I mean, I'm saying this as if I really know babies. Like I've only seen my niece and nephew grow up, but anyway, fuck off. It's not like I killed the rest of the children. I was the youngest anyway, and then. But a baby will go like this when it's doing a shit. It'll go, and then it'll go like this when it's happy. It'll go, like that anyway. When it knows it's fucking you up. Anyway, so we're in America, and
You and a baby.
just, yeah, and we're driving. We've been doing like a long drive, and we were coming to a hotel we're looking to stay in.
Sorry, paint the picture. What are you in a convertible? Are you?
We're in a rental Hyundai Elantra, right?
Oh,
Which is
playa.
I know, right? It was actually nice though. The Elantra is sort of like
Ciaran, please don't review a car.
no, I'm not. It's not.
Clarkson.
I think here if you say
the Elantra.
if you say
Sorry, that was Westwood. Who shouldn't be hosting Top Gear?
shouldn't be driving around a car with babies either. And we I've said everything and said nothing, Shane.
Yeah.
Media Law 101. I'm safe. Anyway, so we're driving around. We were looking to stay in this hotel. It was a couple of 100 miles away from where we'd been the night before, and so we're driving to it. And when we get there, we were just booking them ad hoc, right? And when we get there, like on the hoof, right? And when we get there, the lady at the till at the fucking check-in desk goes, "That's like $300 a night." And I went, "My bollocks, it is for a fucking Holiday Inn," because the last one had been like 100, right? I'm like, I'm not paying.
By the
trouble.
way, Northern Irish man abroad.
Is it my bollocks? What? I'm not paying the hotel. I may have actually said to her, "I'm not paying full whack," right? So I went,
Is
"Nah."
your haircut? Sorry, sir.
Right.
Fuck me.
So this was in a wee town called in Northern California, up in wine country, Shane, called San Luis Obispo, right?
Right.
And we got to the hotel. She was trying to charge us like 3.5 times what it had been the night before. I was like, "Oh, what the fuck," right? And so she was like, "Well, them's the breaks. Like, these are the prices." And she said, "It's parents' weekend at the local college, so this is like where parents will come maybe a month or two in the year and visit their kids that have moved out.
Right.
So they jack their hotel prices for that reason."
Get you.
And we were like, for fuck's sake. So we had no Wi-Fi, and we're like, our data, we're trying to save coin left, right, and centre here, right? So we're like, let's get a Starbucks. We'll get the Wi-Fi on the go. We'll regroup. We'll get a wee pumpkin spice latte, right?
Yeah.
And so we're driving to Starbucks then, but the sat nav takes us to a Starbucks that's actually on the campus of this university.
Okay.
And it's very much like, it's a wee uni town.
Yeah.
And like, it was literally like driving on the set of fucking American Pie, you know, frat houses with fucking Greek letters on the roof and all.
Yeah.
And
Someone bucking a quiche.
yeah, right. And
I'm aware he doesn't do that anyway.
no,
It's on
no,
a quiche.
it's good. And I enjoyed that. And we're driving around, and it's very busy because all the parents are there.
Right.
And they're funneling traffic into this big massive car park. But we sort of turned in and went, fuck, right? And then we go to come out. We're trying, and this guy, and he's a cop, like he's standing there, he's a gun and all, and he's fucking waving people, and he's telling us to go in there, and I'm trying to like roll the window down and being like, "Mate, no, can I do a U and get the fuck, like I don't want to go in there." And he's like, "Yep, fucking straight in, get in." So we go down this wee hill, turn at the bottom of it, come back up to leave. He's still standing there, and he's like really glaring at me now. And I'm going, what's this about? And he goes, "Stop!" like that, right? And I stopped the car. But you know, like, I'm on the bike, like, it didn't have a clutch, it was an automatic. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
So I'm slow to learn tasks like that,
Right.
like how to control the automatic.
Yeah.
And so we're just slightly just easing, I do mean easing forward,
Right.
waiting on these lights changing.
Yeah.
And he looks around at me again, he does the double take and goes, "Stop!" right? And I'm like,
Arnold?
I know, right? And so I'm like, I'm trying to like
Get
work
out of the Hyundai!
I know, I'm trying to work out how to do it.
I'm aware. That might have been a bit Asian.
And I'm like trying to work out what I'm doing.
Right.
And then he really, like a big bitchy one, his voice cracked his voice. He cracked his voice like he was singing Zombie. Do you know what I mean? You know, he just turned around and goes, "They are fighting!" Right? No, he turns around and goes,
I thought you meant Zombie Nation.
all right, no.
I thought, stop.
Now he turns around and does like a proper, he goes like, "Stop!" like that, right? And Chloe yells out of the car like a guy and goes, "I am!" right? And your man freaks the fuck out. He's not happy now. Hand on the fucking gun. And I'm going, this is how it ends for Twank. Like, wasted on a university campus. I knew it would happen sometime. And he sort of waves us out a bit. He goes over, he waves us up a wee bit and tells us to stop again. Then he goes over and talks to another guy, and I can hear him sort of saying, like, I'm sighting this guy. And I'm going, oh, fuck. And I'm shitting myself going, like, we're at a point where we're trying to use Starbucks for Wi-Fi to save money, so I can't afford if this cunt finds me. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then the lights change, and I go to pull out, and he steps out in the middle of the road behind us.
It was an inappropriate time to have sex.
And I thought he was gonna lift like his gun, but he whipped out like a phone instead, and he filmed us and took a photo of the car.
But why? Because you were slightly moving at a stop it. I'm just wondering, what is the thing he's looking at when they shouldn't be doing this?
Thought I was disobeying him, even though I wasn't. And then I think Chloe.
Oh, because he said stop, and you're slightly rolling. Do you mean?
Yeah, but I mean,
Right.
I was doing it because I was trying to control the fucking car.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? And the lights are about to change, so I'm not. Right anyway. Chloe, I think,
But if he said stop, mate, you should have
Chloe
stopped.
pushed him over the edge with her, right? And then it was the lowest I've ever heard her voice, right? And then she slip nodded him, and then we drive away, and I'm now freaked out. I'm going, they're gonna put a fine on this car that we're gonna find out about when we get back to fucking New York, or there's gonna be a fucking
You're gonna find it, like you're gonna pick up the New York Post.
No.
Front page.
No, when I give the car back to the rental people, they're gonna go, yo, us fucking whatever, right?
Yeah.
So I freak out, and I thought, well, fuck it, I'll phone the cops and ask them, how am I getting fined for this? This guy took a photo of my car. What's that mean, right?
You're such a nerd.
I'd already been,
911.
and then
Sorry.
all right, so ring up. I rang a non-emergency number. Thank you. All right, I found out when we got to Starbucks. I googled the non-emergency number for the San Luis Obispo fucking PD. Right, so I phoned them, and the woman's like, "What's the problem?" I'm like, I vaguely moved my car a bit after this guy said stop, and she was like, was he San Luis Obispo police? And I went, I mean, he had a gun. She goes, he probably just works on the university campus.
Right.
And I went, right. And she goes, are you phoning me to ask me, like, are you going to be in trouble for this? And I went, yeah. And she actually roared laughing down the phone at me.
Yeah. You know what? You know the phrase "touch out." Were you touting on yourself?
I was double checking on myself, Shane.
Right.
And yeah, I made a complete.
But you got away with it.
I got away with that, and then later on the way home across America,
You murdered that policeman.
yeah, we got stopped in Wyoming by a guy because I didn't turn right at a red light.
Right.
You know, you can go through a red light.
Yes.
There, if you're turning right and it's safe,
What?
you can.
Hold on.
I know.
Hold on.
Now, I'd seen people doing it, and I had done it, but I didn't know if it was you're allowed to do this, or it's people do this.
Like, give me more examples of stuff like that where you go, you shouldn't be doing that. No, but everybody does it. Like stealing ATMs.
Yeah, or like stealing, like
Arranging ferret fights.
using your mate's Netflix.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? There's a good example.
Yes.
Everybody does it.
Is that illegal?
You're not
Have you
really-
done that and then phoned the peeler?
You're not straight.
It's Ciaran again. I'm streaming Ozark. I'm sorry. Am I going to McGalbury? You're the only guy shows up at McGalbury with his overnight clothes. Sign me in. What?
So this guy stopped us.
I'm over doing a library book here, lads.
He'd been following us for a while, right? And he do you know what he was doing? He was doing that very American thing of they're smiling, but they're being a cheeky cunt to you.
Show me it,
Do you know
show
what
me
I
it.
mean? Like this. Why are you in Wyoming with Florida plates?
Right.
And you're like, because I rented the car in New York. Why does a New York rental company have Florida plates? I was like, you'll have to ask him.
Yeah.
And he's like,
See, I think you're being prickly to these officers who are trying to do their jobs.
what am I meant to
You're
say?
being prickly.
What am I meant to say? Why are you in, like, I'd already told them we were doing a
Why were
cross
you in
country
Wyoming?
trip. What?
Why were you in Wyoming?
Because we were doing the flyover states on the way back. We did Route 66 on the way west, and we did the flyover
Route
states on the
69
way
the way
west.
back, get it?
Yeah. Yeah, so we, there was no room. It was a Hyundai. So there was, didn't want to get charged for the car to be valid either. So we went. He stopped me because I didn't turn right, and I said to him, "Listen, I've seen people do it, but I'm from Ireland. If there's a red light in Ireland, you sit there until it's green, right?" And he was like,
Here, no wonder you're getting arrested.
"Why?"
Well, actually, they actually do things a wee bit different back home and all. I think you're asking for trouble here.
Why? What would you have said to him? Seriously, what would you have said to him?
I say, you want me to suck your dick? Can we make this go away? You know? I don't know. I would just be all like friendly and nice. Willie T, who's coming?
Nice.
Willie T, who's coming on, would be the worst. Because what's he like whenever we go away and he's talking to people? Well, Canada was the example of it.
Unless Willie fancies
you.
them. Unless Willie fancies them, you're fucked.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah.
If Willie T ever gives you that, like, you know,
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
after it. Like,
Oh, if it's not too much trouble to have a tap water, could I have a tap water?
oh yeah, you can have a top water. Oh, thank you so much.
He's like a methody girl getting a latte.
Oh my god, we fucking hazelnut Willie latte. Like, I love it. So he so this guy, he stopped us, and then like he was really asking a lot of questions, and he
Right.
made us open. He made us pop the boot and all, and he went through our stuff and all. And
God.
he was a fucking state trooper. He was fucking scary, that guy, wasn't he?
He's legit.
Yeah, and I gave him my license, and he basically like he looked at it and he's like, "I don't know what I'm gonna fucking do with it." I'm like, I don't know what you're gonna do with it. Please don't shoot either of us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was scary, and the best bit of that was Chloe had been sleeping up to the point when he stopped us.
Right.
So she basically wakes up into
Ciaran surrounded by officers again.
Ciaran's about to be shot dead. Yeah, it was very scary.
Dan, can you hit us with a question, please, from Patreon?
A couple of people asking about the Opera House shows. Who's supporting?
Opera House tonight and tomorrow. I'm not going to give tomorrow's away. I almost don't want to give tonight. Do you know what?
Surprises.
It's a surprise.
Surprises.
That's what it is. Look, I'll say some of the
Could
top
be me.
acts about.
It's not.
It is not. It's some of the top acts about.
God. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Ciaran can't because he's going to Musgrave Station because he watched he watched the pirate DVD in 2003.
I'm handing myself in over the Lion King tape that we bought out of the butchers in the 90s.
Ciaran watched the hooky copy of Flubber 3, so he's going to Her Majesty's service for a week.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, what was something... Did you ever do anything illegal when you were younger?
I don't think I've ever... I'm being dead serious when I say this.
Yeah.
Apart from like things I've actually been done for, which would be like... I got done with speeding once, and or 3 times, and I got done with being on my phone one time. So apart from those, no.
On the phone when you were driving?
Yeah, do you know what's... This is a great story. Do you know where I was? You know the hill in Lisburn that goes up?
Oh, that's fake.
The hill in Lisburn that goes up.
The hill? I'll meet you by the hill in Lisburn,
No, but you know the big hill where the police station actually is, and there's a pure gym on the other side?
Yes.
So I was...
There's a wee coffee place
There's
there?
a wee
grounded?
ground,
Ground or grounded?
I don't know. Grounded, right? Sure. Anyway, I was going up there.
TK Maxx, sir?
I was going up there.
You like TK Maxx, bro? You go through the rails?
Nah, I don't. No, I don't even want to get into that. That's a whole other thing. But
definitely don't.
I got an awful pair of shoes there, and I got this shirt that I was really happy with one time, like when I was younger. Again, fashion, right? Why was I buying a white shirt? I looked like a fucking haunted table, right? Why did I buy this, right? It was a white shirt, and it was diesel. But you know the way a lot of it's defect or like end of line stuff?
Yes.
The defect on this was one of the buttons was red, and it should have been white. But actually, it suited diesel.
All the buttons were white bar one?
Yeah. And
was it the top one or a random one?
It was a wee Diddy button.
On what?
A wee Diddy one, you know, one around there. Around near your nipples.
You look like you could be a clown doing local fun fairs, and your name would be Diddy Buttons.
Diddy Buttons, right? Yep. So, Diddy on button is what you get after like late night Diddy Button show. So anyway,
Diddy Buttons,
right?
Please, can I? If I'm ever emceeing a show you're doing in the next few while, can I please just bring you on stage as Diddy Buttons?
Yes, that's no problem.
Okay,
yeah.
thank you.
Anyway, that shirt's neither here nor there. Some cunt fucking anyway. So what was I on about? Yes, I was going up that hill in Lisburn, and this is how slow I was going. Because it was a traffic jam, and I was.
You love a traffic jam.
This was a traffic jam. This was a jam.
You love a traffic jam that much that when you go to America, you seek out a traffic jam at college, which you had no business in being in.
Mate,
you're willing to go to Rikers. Just to hit a traffic jam. You fucking love it.
I was in this jam. This is how slow it was going. The policeman walked over and knocked on my window and goes,
"Yeah,
what are you doing?" And I was on my phone. I was texting somebody to say, "I'm fucking running late for this meeting."
I mean, that's not narrowed anything down. You're late for everything.
No, right. But it was this time. It really wasn't my fault. But anyway, I was a lot of time it's my fault. This time it wasn't. I was on my way. I can still remember what the meeting was about. I was on my way to it. I was going to take it on Zoom in the house, and I was 5 minutes away from my house saying, "I will be there in 5 minutes," right? And
sorry, just before
he knocked the window.
Sorry, Ciaran, what about that time when we had a Zoom meeting with BBC about something really important, and you were just in your car for it?
It wasn't my fault either. I'm a busy man, shit.
But you were. It was
remember, it just kept getting darker,
and you were illuminated by the light above you. It was so seedy looking.
It was horrendous. But
sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, so he pulls me over then to give me this ticket, and I'm like, I've never been pulled over, right? I've only ever been done
pulled off the
odd time for the speed cameras, but well, fuck me, right?
There
anyway,
he is.
So,
Willie T, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah,
there he is.
Just come for a pod, because it's half over, and
I got here when I was told to get here.
Yes, he was given special dispensation.
I'm never given that. You know I have to travel across the West Link. He doesn't.
That's true.
Anyway, so I was he knocks the window, he pulls me over, and I tried it. I've never tried this in my life. I went with this is my first time getting done for this. Is there any chance? Like I says traffic wasn't moving. That's why I
Crimes
did it.
don't work like that.
And he literally goes, no. And I went, it's your what's the word I'm looking for? It's at your discretion, isn't it? And he goes, yeah. And I goes, any chance? And he goes, no.
Any chance?
I'm like, any chance? You can
He's
just
not taking too long in front of
Any
your
chance you
McDonald's.
can put
You've
a wee-
committed a crime.
Any chance? Sorry, you've been here for 8 seconds, you cunt. Anyway, I'm going to put a wee dot beside my name.
Some people give
and
him
next time I forget my book, you can give me detention. But this isn't
Put a
fair.
wee dot beside my.
I know
that's
they do
fine.
it. They do this.
They don't do wee dots.
See, the first time you get pulled over, it's at their discretion. Correct.
They don't do wee dots.
They do. It's not actually a wee dot.
give a
but
wee sticker book.
They do a wee note on your thing and go.
Did you ask for a
Face,
sticker?
They can do a wee
Ciaran
note
got a
and go,
brave boy
this
sticker.
cunt got pulled over and was led away at our discretion. They can do that. The fucking can as well.
What did he do?
He
Caved the guy's head in.
Oh, that's fair enough.
Yeah. I was
O.J. Simpson's my first time.
yeah.
Any chance?
Well, there fucking was a good chance, wasn't there? Did he go to jail for it?
Some people would give,
Exactly. So he got away with it.
some people would give like a heartwarming
I'm
story.
not having this.
Some people give a
Cunt, He's
some,
been here for. He's so late, mate. If you were later, you'd be pregnant.
I
He was
literally,
at a thing.
I was
He was
told
at a
to
thing.
come here this time. I offered to come earlier.
He was at. He's
It's
just
the
been at a
only
funeral, Ciaran. So cheers for being a dick.
Well, nobody told me about that.
He wasn't
I
at a funeral. So
We buried my ma again.
well, Jesus Christ, did she rise?
Yeah. Ah! Kick it down.
It's mental that nobody in the Bible had that reaction to Jesus coming back.
Aye.
Everybody, Thomas literally Thomas fingers his side hole, doesn't go.
What?
The Bible, Shane, he does. Thomas put his hand in the side wound.
I didn't.
Doubting Thomas.
I know he's doubting.
What
Thomas.
age are you using? Sure, you're over 30. You have children.
Yeah.
I don't read the Bible.
I thought to
too.
read the Bible.
I was about to say this is important. It's not even that. It's well known that you've heard of Doubting Thomas.
Yeah, but
If you had told me he was a guy running an open mic in Monaghan, I believe you.
Right,
I have no idea who that
I've
is.
been called a doubting Thomas. It's never when I'm midst fingering someone.
Right, Doubting.
I know Brian Downing used to be in Big Brother. Gay Irish
Doubting-
personality.
Doubting Thomas.
Yes.
Doubting Thomas. Thomas was one of the apostles when the rest of them had seen Jesus alive. So Judas is fucking dead, right?
Right. Spoiler alert, but apologies.
I know,
if
yeah,
anyone's
we
already
are.
started it.
We're going in hard here in the season 3 of Mark's Gospel, right? Judas is dead. Judas is dead. Actually, I think this is an Acts, right? So
Yeah,
Judas,
no one gives a
Judas is dead.
Yeah.
So 10 of the apostles fucking meet Jesus and go, holy fuck. Not one of them goes.
They're so swear. I've never read this edition of the
not
Bible.
One, not one of them went. Right. They all
Luke
just go.
chapter 3, verse 12. Holy fuck,
Right,
it's Jesus.
Watch what this bastard does with his water.
Right. Jesus. Jeez.
Our cunt's running on water.
I know. Jesus goes. Jesus goes and he meets 10 of the apostles because Thomas is way out. Right.
Right.
So
That's big.
no,
Here, I'm
no,
nipping out here.
no. This is what happened.
Right.
And then the rest of them say to Thomas here, you'll never guess what happened whenever you were out. I mean, am I right? Jesus was here. He is risen.
Right.
And he's like, well, where's Jesus now? I don't see it unless, or I don't believe it unless I see it.
Yeah.
And then Jesus comes to Thomas and says, and sorry, Thomas also, he goes further. He doesn't just say, I don't believe it if I don't see it. He says, unless I can fucking finger the handholds and stick my hand in the side where he get lanced during the crucifixion, I don't believe it's Jesus, right?
Mm-hmm.
See, unless I confess the bastard, I'm not believing it.
And well, this is basically what he said though. And then he comes back. Jesus comes back and meets Thomas, and goes, "Here, you mate, or you go, get your fucking digits in around that, right?" And then into my feet, and then here, get your whole mitt into the side, and he fucking does it and goes. And Thomas says the words, "My Lord and my God," which is when he now believes it. And Jesus says, "Happy are those who have not seen and yet believe."
I feel that's a bit harsh on Thomas, really, though. Because
That's what I'm saying.
I know, but it's harsh on him.
Thomas is the closest to going, I'm a bollocks.
Right.
Everyone else just goes,
Petition for Ciaran to rewrite and then narrate an audiobook of the Bible.
Yeah.
Thomas says, my bollocks. Willie, you been in trouble with the police for anything?
No, not really. No.
Sounds like he has done it, Ciaran. He
Yeah.
don't want
I'm
to say
trouble.
this is live.
No, I don't think so. No, speeding. That's it.
You've been pulled over?
I've been pulled over, but never been doing anything wrong. It's always just been random pullovers.
What?
Like they'll just stop you.
By the way, name of my new charity, Close Up. But go ahead.
yeah, yeah. I was just about to say, it sounds like, would you get a big bag off if you're like a child in Somalia? But anyway,
Random pullovers.
Yeah. What are you getting for Christmas? I don't know.
A fucking carried off Colts warm up quarter zip.
Miscellaneous cardigan. That's what I'm getting.
So yeah, so you random stops.
Yeah. They'll be like, if you're driving at like 2 a.m,
Right.
so and you're like just driving about, they're like, why are you driving about at 2 a.m? I'm like, 'cause
Yeah.
I'm coming home late. But that's the only time I've ever. Really
I've had that
stopped.
quite a bit where you go, where you come from? A stand-up gig. What do you do? I'm a comedian.
Yeah.
And they love that because they don't get to chat to anyone at that time of night. So when you say
You know
that,
what?
they're all.
I used to be quite prickly when they'd be on. They used to do training, like training roadblocks on Blacks Road a lot. And when I would have been driving back over from Tesco, I had to give them my license. I'm in my Tesco uniform. It's like
Tisky?
10:05. Tesco uniform.
You said Tisky. I'm just saying. I didn't know whether you meant Tesco or there was a different place you worked in called Tesky.
Right.
Like TESCU.
For
TESCU.
Paul Gascoigne shops.
We're,
And the Tisky.
we're every little
Not
hoops,
his- not his
right.
word.
So I was
Tesco. Gaza would say Tesco. Tesco
Tesco.
would be more Scottish, probably.
Ah, fuck.
Like Paul Gascoigne doing
I
a
just
Scottish
realised
accent.
he's not Scottish.
He's not. He's from Newcastle.
Yeah.
Gaza would probably just say vodka, but anyway, we
In Tesco.
so I'd be driving home from Tesco, and I'll be driving home from there. I'm in my Tesco uniform,
Right.
and I've given them a license which has my address 2 streets away, and the questions were, where you come from? Fucking Tesco, mate.
Well, you could have been a big fan for all
I
they
know,
knew.
where are you going? The address that's on that, mate. Do you know what I mean?
So
It used to, and I'd get quite prickly with them.
did they
'cause-
detain you or did they let you go?
Yeah, they mostly just let me go.
Yeah, being pulled over.
Pulled over. Yeah, have you ever got done? You ever been arrested? I've never been arrested.
No.
I have a story, go on.
No, no. I haven't.
I know one time this did happen. I was filming, so I'd been in like a wee student movie that some people had made. A wee student
Oh,
film.
by the way, sorry. The only thing while it's in my head that I nearly did was I broke into a burger place by mistake when I was in America with and I didn't know I was doing it till I was doing it, and then I was like, oh shit. We want to go to a place called Carl's Jr.
Oh, I know, yeah.
It's like a fast food place, and we're walking home from a night out when we're in LA, and I was like, oh, there's one there that's open. Now bear in mind I had eaten, but it was like 2 a.m. I was like, but I want to go to this one because I want to have one of their burgers because it was in, what was the movie? This is the end.
Don't they do square burgers? Is that in
That
there?
White Castle.
Well, here's the thing, I never got to find out.
Alright.
I see there's one open, and I was like, the front door's not open. There's a wee side door open. I was halfway through the drive-in hatch. The place was closed, and I thought that was a door. I was like, is this inaccessible? But I tried to, they were like closing the place.
Right.
Welcome to my fucking world.
But they hadn't finished closing that hatch, and I tried to get in to ask for a burger, and when one of my legs was over the hatch, I realised this is not a good move.
Yeah.
And then I had to get out and we walked off. That was it. That could have been so bad.
Yeah, I think, genuinely the worst thing I've ever done is the Dunelm thing that I've already told you about the bowls, where like I accidentally stole a bowl out of there, but I paid for one, but I had two.
Yes.
I tried to give them it back and they told me to keep it. Anyway, so that's the actual worst thing I've ever done. That is what happened. Don't even. And then, but this time, so I was in a student film, and
What was it?
It was called The Estate, and it actually did all right. Like the guys that made it, the guys that you're
Few
dead.
Golden
It
Globes.
actually did. It actually fuck all these. It did go to a couple of film festivals, so fuck off, right? Which is an achievement.
Dungannon
for
Film
students.
Festival.
Yeah, and
Korean
they
Oscars.
played it in the KFT and all a few times, right? Anyway, suck my fucking
On iPad.
and they were making a second sort of different characters, but same director and whatever, right? So we're making
The sequel, the estate,
sequel.
the sequel,
right, and there was a bit in the sequel.
the estate 2.
The estate 2 this time it's hard as fuck, right? And in this one I had to violently kick the cunt out of somebody on Black's Path, and which is like a path that runs off Black's Road, And
Serious?
some but there was me, the guy who I'm beating the life out of, like director, camera, sound, effects, fucking about 7 people just watching, like loads of people,
Well, 7's
and
not
some
loads.
woman.
Sorry, but let's be honest. 7 people.
Right,
is
okay.
Loads.
There was right. Well, let's say there was me and the guy,
Yeah.
and then about another 15 people.
Oh, it's double.
No, that's if you put 15 people in here, that's a lot of people. This was on a wee path.
Right.
Listen, you wee dick.
You're very angry today.
You have made me. I was knackered when I started.
I'm here 5 minutes. I couldn't possibly have done it.
Exactly. You've been here 5 minutes. I'm through a roof. That says more about you. Anyway.
What are you saying about the roof?
You're like Harry Potter's uncle right now. You're fucking fuming.
I love the wee face he does when he's burning the letters at the fire. He just goes like that. I love that.
Ever seen when Harry Potter gets expelled? He just has a wee spoon of ice cream. And he just goes, "Justice." That's my favorite.
So he Richard Griffiths, R.I.P. So he
You don't get a point.
I want one.
Right.
He
Just a side note, favorite Harry Potter character, go.
Lucius Malfoy.
Yeah, you know I'm Draco Malfoy. You've said that
yeah,
to me before
yeah.
and sent me pictures of my
You
Malfoy.
are Draco
Imagine
Malfoy.
if there was a local stage version by the makers of the Estate 2, Moore Council, I would play Draco Malfoy for sure.
I love Lucius Malfoy. Call this a house.
Potter.
Potter. Mine's the twins, Fred and George.
Good.
Right.
Pair of wee messers.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like they're fighting dark wizards, fighting to the death.
They were
and they're
random
like,
jumpers or miscellaneous jumpers or whatever the fuck we
Good.
said.
Yeah. Random pullovers.
Dressed like shit, those guys.
Yeah. So
So I mean,
You're assaulting a man on
there's
the
you and there's 4,000
yes,
crew
I'm
watching you
I'm
here
beating the Christ out of this guy.
in front of 9
I was
million
gonna
people.
say it was like the feeding of 5,000, but I know you haven't read the fucking Bible. So anyway,
the feeding of the 15.
so
It's just a big chippy order.
right. So some woman.
Did you make someone finger your side hole?
Some woman.
Up a Black's Road path?
some woman apparently in her house saw from one of the top windows
Right.
me kicking the Christ out of somebody repeatedly
Yeah.
over and over again on Black's path. Call the cops, and the fucking cops came at us from both ends of Black's path.
Right.
And did like a proper like name taking thing. But
Whoa.
I gave them I gave them a wee
Oh,
fake
shit.
name and all.
What did you say?
I gave them my mate's name, who wasn't there.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
That's a grass move, like.
I wouldn't. But I just thought,
His mates in
fucking
McGalbury now.
yeah. Well, hopefully.
Speaking of that, mates of mine, whenever we were about 16, 17 in Hollywood, were doing a student film. Mike, did I tell you about this? Do you remember this? They were shooting the film, and you know in a student film, you don't pick realistic things to film. They were doing a full IRA, take a guy up a woods and shoot him for their video. But they were really into it, so they got balaclavas and camouflage gear, went up to Redburn Woods, had a guy in it with them, walked him up, filmed them walking him up, and there's just one other fella with a handheld camera, so you probably couldn't see him that well. And they take him to like the middle of a forest during the day. By the way, Redburn Forest, directly opposite Palace Barracks Army Camp.
Right.
They go up as the IRA in balaclavas and camouflage gear with fake guns. Get a guy down his knees, shoot the back of his knees. The guy, as loud as he can. Some woman with a dog sprinted as fast as she could down to the barracks, to the garrison place at the front of it, and was like, they've kneecapped the guy up there. Like a paramilitary are up there. And as they were walking back down, all of a sudden, just like out of the trees, the army basically, guns pointed to their heads,
mate.
and under the balaclava, they're probably like, "Oh, look at a student film now. We're from Belfast, net, bro." And they had to like do a lot of explaining. It was in the paper.
The thing that was mental about
Your
that
uncle
though
wrote a story
was
about it.
the thing that was mental about us doing that was the
He
guy.
did.
The guys had phoned ahead and all and told the cops that we were gonna be doing this, and but like I don't know how your woman
I can't believe your woman didn't see the 50,000 other people on
Or the
this
fact
path
that in between beating the shit
filming.
out of him, he was putting on a North Face jacket, and you and him were having a soup.
yeah, like well that's the thing. We were chilling out and all and chatting and then resetting. Like I mean, we
Did
did
it look
about
like
8 times.
you kept falling out and then making up
Yeah, and then every time we fell out, I kicked his fucking.
in the same way every time?
Yeah, it was fucking mental. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've never seen that film. I've seen The Estate. I haven't seen The Estate 2. I know it was called Circles. I've never seen it.
We'll do a watch along at some point. We'll try and get that. And we'll do a watch along.
Yeah.
Did you ever do a watch along in Battle of the Bone?
Yes.
Did you?
Me and Dave, and we got about 30 minutes through it and went, we can't even.
I
do this
tried
anymore.
watching it before I got 5 minutes into it.
Do you know what I loved?
It's terrible.
Do you know what I loved? What the watch along we did with the guy with the big eyebrows, the RI documentary about gun running.
Oh, that
I
was
love
so
that.
good.
I would love to do another.
That's
one
on
of those.
Patreon, available on patreon.com/Tea With Me podcast exclusively.
If you prefer stuff that's a wee bit lighter,
Dan, we got any more questions?
patreon.com/no blast.
Shannon wants to know, Ciaran, were you allowed to wear 3 stripes when you worked at Queen's?
When you were a lecturer, did you dress like this, like a
yeah.
kind of off-duty breakdancer?
I did dress like this, yeah. Fuck 'em, I'm allowed to wear whatever I want.
I always imagine
There's no
you
dress
wear
code.
cap and gown all the time.
No, there's no dress code for lecturing.
I could picture you in a deerstalker hat.
It's more important what's in here than what's on here.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're paying for access
We
to my
latex
brain, not my
shorts.
wardrobe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
These skimpy shorts.
Did you get wound up being a lecturer? You know the way you get angry quite easily? Would you have got wound up by people in your class?
Never. I was the picture of calm and innocence. Well,
You taught Mike for a while. Did he ever get like...
I'll say
you ever
this
see
about
him
Mike.
lose a head?
I taught him fuck all. He could have taken the class.
Williams, Tony's trying to subtly tell you something. You two, yeah, put your mic down a wee bit, yeah, and then pull it back,
Stop
and
covering
then
my face, you wee
lean
dick.
it up toward. No, and then the mic itself. Ciaran, can you? And then
I'll do it.
yes,
sure,
thank
William.
you.
You're alright.
Dan, we
How
got
you doing?
we got another question.
Oh, sorry. Can I just finish answering that?
Yeah. Don't you ever give me that look ever.
You're a crabby wee man today.
Can I just thank you? Thank you.
I did used to get quite wound up. Mike knows that I do you know what I would say? I could be a ball bag, but I was generally only a ball bag if you were being a ball bag.
Right.
Like, I was sound to the people who...
According to Ciaran,
who
that was
were-
probably in the Bible.
Yeah.
An eye for an eye, a ball bag for a ball bag.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? No, I just think that I would have got one. Do you know what used to wind me up? Because it was journalism, we used to have to set quite a lot of group work and sort of give people different roles. Like, you know, you'll be the editor of this piece, you'll be whatever. And when people weren't pulling their weight in a group, when I was a student, that used to wind me up. So whenever I was a lecturer, it used to really wind me up because it's not fair on the other people. So I would have landed on people not pulling their weight
shit.
like a
Fuck.
ton of shit.
Elbow drop off the desk.
Mate, I would land on them like a ton of shit. And see, we weren't fucking coming in. Oh, mate, see the amount of work that causes me.
Yeah.
See, like, you just don't come in. I can't just.
I'm
go,
not one of your students.
No, but I could. This used to
I'll
wind
be
me
one
up
of your
so much.
students. I'll be one of your
You
students.
say you had never come in.
Yeah.
Right, you've literally.
No.
never
Let's
been in.
role play this. Let's role play
Say
this.
I
It's
come
kinda
in
fun.
30 minutes late. I'm like, mate, the Westlink.
No.
Right.
Yeah, you just walk
30
in.
minutes late.
No,
Yeah.
sorry. Whoa. Can I just my podcast? Thank you. You're you as a lecturer.
Right.
You've started the lesson. Okay, so I'll be one of your like students or something. Hey, Ciaran. Right? You come in late and just explain to him you're late and already be telling me something about journalism. So be like doing the lesson and I'll just be sitting here.
How late is he?
You say half an hour?
We'll go half an hour late because the
In-
Westlink was
No,
bad.
but he hasn't said it yet. Wait, he's going.
I'll be honest with you.
No,
it's-
no, we're
no.
gonna-
I
we're
have
gonna-
to say this.
Yeah.
Seeing the first lecture I give at the start of the year,
Yeah.
like the hello, I'm gonna lecture you this year.
Yeah. Oh, charisma.
You'll have been told if you're gonna be more than 10 minutes late, don't come in. You're told that.
Okay.
Don't come in.
He's 11 minutes late. Anyway, just let's just play it out. So you be telling me something about journalism. I go, sir, newspapers and all.
Right. Newspapers and all.
Yeah, William.
Sorry, Mr. Bartlett.
It's Dr. Bartlett.
Sorry, Bunter.
Very funny.
Sorry,
William.
Dr. Bunter.
Sorry, William. I can see you're trying to get a rise out of me. It'll be good if we can chat about this after the class. You're half an hour late. I don't have a
You're
watch
not
on.
wearing a
Oh, sir, he's made you look a dicker, sir. So you're losing the students. So get it
you
back.
can get up and get out and all, and you piss off. See you later.
No, sir, we're staying.
No, you'd
Sit
be
in,
out.
protest.
I
You
pay
get up,
£9
you'd
grand
walk
a
out.
year.
You'd
Human
walk out.
rights.
You'd walk out.
Human rights.
I pay £9 grand a year.
Were you in the estate?
My ma saw you kick the fuck out of someone on Black's
Sorry,
Road.
were you in the estate? Unbelievable.
Sir, how are you a lecturer? I saw you working in Tesco the other night.
You're such a wee dick.
Sir, did you get pulled over the other day? I saw you.
Aye, class. Aye. They weren't really like that. They were the type of dick that you would have got if you'd come in a half an hour
What type
late.
of dick do you like?
I would have just said a wee shriveled veiny. I would just go here. I
Well,
would just
you're
go. See if you came in a half an hour late. I would just go here. Listen, you're too late. See you later. Come to the next class. Do better next time.
I'd love that.
Yeah.
I'd
know.
be like, fucking no bother.
You love
I'm going to
it.
get pounds.
You love it until you've paid 20 grand for a third. You can't anyway. So like, that's where I go to. I just go here. Be here or don't be here. What you won't do is come in and interrupt this guy who is paying the same money as you, but was able to get here on time.
What would you do if I did like the Tenement Square protest kind of thing? Like I just stood right in front of you and didn't budge an inch, and I make
if
sure
you stood in front, if you
yeah,
were in
and
my
I make sure you
personal
can't touch me.
space,
I'm not touching you.
It's not a school. I can't touch you.
No, you can't.
Yes, you can.
In what way?
In the same way
You
that
touch
I,
my wee dick.
in the same way that I can touch somebody outside, like in the world, if they're in my space, I can go fuck off. I can do that in the
You
university.
can't
No, you can't,
just
not
you can't
legally.
just
Yes,
shove
you can.
someone.
No,
You
you
can't.
Yes, you can.
But here, I
just
can
push me,
stand
can't
just in
If
front
you
of you.
stand in my personal space and I say excuse me and you,
You
won't
can't
move
just
and I
grab
go
my
move
wee
out of my
dick.
way.
But you don't own that space
No,
that
but
much
it's
in
no,
front
but
of you.
it's not like school where it's like you're gonna go, oh, you touch me, you're getting sacked. I would go fuck off, get him away, and
Then
you'll
you'd
have
be
to deal
done.
me with by who, the police?
Yeah.
For
You'd
what?
probably phone him and tell him to. Dan, can we have another
You get
question,
away with
please?
it. I'm fucking raging at both of you now.
I haven't done anything. I'm like literally,
Exactly.
I'm just here.
You couldn't have done anything because you haven't been here.
I'm just here.
Niall wants to know how raging are you to be missing Chrissy Chaos's Belfast gig?
I don't know
Chris
who that is.
Stefano, one of my favourite comedians, playing the Limelight. I think it's nearly sold out. It's in October. I'm missing it, but a load of sippers are going to it, which I like. They're going to represent me there. Do you like? I like sending an envoy. Is that what it's called?
Who's your chief envoy?
Oh, Jared Brawley.
Yeah.
Just the first Patreon name jumped out at me. Yeah, but they're going to go and represent, and that'll be fun. I'm fucking gutted. I'm missing that. Yeah.
There's a lot of good comedy coming to these Isles
Yep.
very soon. Within a 3-week period, I'm seeing Chappelle, Stanhope, and CK.
He's on second name terms with all of them.
I know, yeah.
Well, I'm going to go see Doug, Dave, and Louie. pretty sure they're Donald Duck's nephews.
Don't get him started on the Apostles again. Dan, another question, please.
You're a wee Doubting Doug.
A wee Doubting Stanhope. There you go. Yeah.
Down Abbey.
CJ wants to know, any of the boys got any plans to tour Australia?
I really want to tour Australia. I would love to do that. I will do that. I just, obviously this year, haven't really had the time. But next year, I'd like to do an Australian tour. Do you
I'm
want to
down.
go? Can we go to Australia, three of us?
Oh, please. The boys down under.
Mate.
I will be honest, right? See, unless I was doing something very specific where I know I'm going to be safe, I can't go to Australia. There's too many animals and all there trying to eat you and all.
We're not doing it in the outback with our heads in holes.
No, but
Here, speak for yourself.
I just fear spiders and snakes. I fear the heat.
I'm pretty sure the Comedy Store out there don't invite them in.
You say that, mate? A dingo stole a woman's baby before and she went to jail for it.
She wasn't doing a show,
Yeah.
as it happened.
Exactly, she was a native Australian.
She was in a tent
Look
in the
what happened to
outback,
her.
and she I think she did it. A lot of people think that I
You
shouldn't
don't have
have
a
said that.
baby. Why
No,
is
but
this
they
a worry for
literally
you?
found her baby's remains in a dingo pit later, like, or wherever fucking
fair
dingo
enough.
lives. I know, a dingo nest.
Right, well, don't bring your baby to Australia then. And
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're
well,
just
we
going
do
the
it.
three of us. Well,
Imagine you got stolen by a dingo.
where's Ciaran?
He's just in a wee kangaroo pouch in the fucking outback.
Can you, mate, I'll
That'd be adorable.
I'll tell you what.
Your wee head.
See what's going to happen to any comedian from Belfast, it'll be me. It's always me. I'm like Neville Longbottom, mate. It's always me. Oh, who gets... Aureline has terrified me, by the way. A story she told the other day, that she gets stuck at, a lane divider in a swimming pool.
Who's Elaine?
You know the lane divider in a swimming pool? Aureline near drowned at one of them as an adult, and now she's ruined the swimmers for
How
me.
wide? Because those lane dividers usually are a little bit
I think
of
her
rope.
hair must have got stuck in it. Now again, probably not a problem for me, but I'm going.
That's some
what
Final
if my
Destination
what if
shit.
my wee fucking swim vest or something gets caught in it?
Here, you stop being a warrior and just let's go to Australia. Nothing's going to happen to you, and if it does, like a dingo gets you, that's funny. Then we'll be at your funeral.
We'll do
Tom-
bits.
You'll both get a 5 out of it.
Yeah.
We'll
So
give you a
far,
wee hat with some corkscrews and all. You'll have a great time.
I could definitely see us like going to Australia doing some gigs. We stay out a bit late, which wouldn't happen because you and me always just go in early. He'd be out late, but
Yeah.
in this scenario, me and him go out late. And imagine we come into the room and you're just lying there like we blanket over your nose, which you always have because you get a cold nose at night. You do. That's just the thing. And then we walk in and we're like, "Oh, Kieran's asleep," and then you just go like this. Imagine you go like this, mate. And we're like, "Yeah, you okay? Maybe he's talking asleep," and you go, "Don't freak out, but there's an anaconda wrapped the whole way around my body, mate."
I already
Mate.
have an anaconda.
And then we say, "No."
It's not. It's a grass snake at best.
And we say, and
Our
you're,
form.
and if you move, it's gonna get you or get angry. Imagine you just having to sit there, mate.
I think I would accept a boa constrictor death quite well.
Right.
You know what I mean? I just
Yeah.
take the squeeze and be done with it. Like,
Well, then it would leave you. That's when you resist it. It squeezes tighter.
I know it's like.
All right, Steve Irwin.
It's like Devil's Snare.
That's who told me.
I'm doing a lot of Harry Potter references here. I'm sorry.
Yeah, oh, that it really is.
Dan, can you abracadabra us another question? I don't know if they said it.
Avada Kedavra, but whatever.
Jonathan wants to know what's the worst hotel you've ever stayed in.
Great. Well,
E-Tap.
he does hostels. E-Tap. What's the reality like of the E-Tap? Because me and him will never be in the E-Tap. Paint us a picture.
The E-Tap is like you stay in it when you've literally nowhere else to go. Like
Right.
there's no more room at the inn, so you pay 40 quid for essentially a crack.
What does
den.
that mean?
It means when other hotels
No
are booked
room
out.
at the inn.
There's no room at the no hotel.
Holiday
will
Inn.
have you.
I've never. Oh, I've never.
You've never
read
heard the
Bible.
phrase?
Oh, have you not? Sorry, or is the Bible you read? There's fuck all else anywhere. So,
There's no room in here for you. You wee
Can't get
fucking
neighbours for love nor money, bro.
So the E-Tap somewhere you go to try and have like a wee drunken shag, but you have to listen to a full domestic in the next room to you. It's fucking horrendous.
Right.
It's awful. Have you never been in an E-Tap?
Look at me. No.
I haven't been in one either. Where is it?
Beside Filthies. You never seen
Oh, I
it?
thought that was an ibis. Is it ibis? No.
Don't think so. I
No,
think that's...
there is an ibis in Belfast, but I don't think that's an ibis.
Yeah. But yeah, how many times you stayed there?
Twice.
That one beside Filthies looks like they have a team of people that fucking mop the headboards. Like it's disgusting looking, like,
Only after I've been in.
isn't it?
Yeah.
What? I said only after I've been in.
Would you do... Can we do Australia? No joke. Next year, can we do an Australia?
They're saying next year can we
Potentially,
stay in an
I-
E-Tap?
No, I'd...
I know. I also thought he was gonna say, "Can we stay in the E-Tap?"
be weird.
All three of us in one bed.
We didn't stay in the worst hotel I've ever been in. We
Right.
we booked a room in it, and as we walked up, this was in. Do you know where this literally was? And you know in Simpsons, they live in Springfield, but there's a rival town called Shelbyville.
Yes.
This was in Shelbyville.
Tony,
Right.
we lost TikTok stream. We've lost TikTok stream.
I wouldn't have got my, I wouldn't have got,
Show did that.
dick.
I wouldn't have got my dick out if I knew they were going to do that.
Adult nudity. Was
Is
it
there
his
any other-
legs?
is
Do you know
there any
what?
other
It was
kind
probably
of
one of our...
nudity?
It was probably another local comedian.
Is there
Wasn't
any other
arsehole.
kind of nudity?
Wasn't arsehole? Yes, William.
Dog
Oh, right. So
Oh, it's probably my legs.
that's what I just said.
Oh, right.
Um, uh,
I'm
so,
stupid.
So in Shelbyville there was a Holiday Inn, and it was behind like a quite dodgy, what do you call those other ones they have over there, like Motel 6 or something.
Right.
Like it was behind that and it was a bit dodgy, and we went in, we booked the room, and as we're walking up to it, see the lift. Oh mate, the lift stank, and the floor in the lift, mate, I don't know what it was, but it was stinking, like, and it was one of them real
Yeah.
right, and I'm going, oh my god. Went in the room, there was a fucking big fucking shite smear on the bog, and the bed was half used and all. And I
Shite
go,
is he not the bad guy from the Raccoons? That's
And,
so niche, I'm sorry.
Cyril shite smear, and mate, it was fucking disgusting. And we went, remember, we immediately went down the stairs and said, your woman here, listen, this isn't going to work, like, a room's disgusting. And she literally just went, no problem, refund. Didn't fight it, as if to say, this happens to me 10 times a day.
Yep.
It was fucking disgusting. That was the worst hotel I've ever been in.
Dan, we got another question, please?
John wants to know, is McGoldrick making a freshers appearance this year?
Oh, yeah. I forgot to do that. Yeah,
It
probably.
hasn't happened yet. Freshers is still like 3 weeks away.
There you go. Yeah, I'll definitely do something. It gets harder as the years go on. Because you run out of things to
Do you know what's mental? I'm still a student, Shane. How's that even happening?
For the free cheeseburger, McDonald's.
Well,
How are you a
That's
student?
why-
Are you doing another master's or something?
doing a PhD at the minute
Why are you doing all these things?
because I like doing it.
But what's it
doing
going to
it.
get
No,
you?
you
Want to?
don't.
You're a comedy writer.
I know, but I'm doing it. I'm doing an ancient history one in Birmingham.
Why? Do you want to be a pharaoh or do you want to be a excavator?
What?
I would. I don't think you don't
Don't
study
think
to
Tutankhamun
become.
had a PhD in ancient history?
Do you know what he did have? He had daggers that were made out of material from a meteor.
He also had wee fucked up legs because he's a very weak boy.
But
A big
he
head,
really
big
did,
penal
didn't he? You can see these daggers that are made out of whatever that material's called, like
Well, that's
metal
what
from a
gold is.
meteorite.
That's what gold is.
Paddy McDonald
it?
has a tattoo of that.
What?
Tutankhamun's dagger.
Aye.
But why do you want to? How's that going to benefit you and your comedy writing, your full time job?
It
comedy
doesn't
writing
benefit my comedy.
So why are you
writing.
doing it?
What do I mean? That's like saying why
Is it not costing you a lot of money?
It's cost me a wee bit of money.
So why do it?
Don't give me his face because I like doing it. That's why.
You like revising and on doing work?
You don't revise. You do research and then you write your opinion.
Oh, so
But he could do some ancient history banter. It could help his comedy writing. Do you know, the more you know, the more you can joke
just
about.
read about it. Why do you need to be like
Well, he is reading
passed
about
as
it.
like
Because I want the wee page that says he's read about it.
Do you get to be called Doctor then?
Well,
If you get
you
another
wouldn't. You wouldn't. But
Doctor
I mean-
Squared.
He couldn't even go along with that. Well, technically, no, you wouldn't.
no.
It's Doctor Squared,
You could, but like I mean, you'd be being a dick.
as opposed to you in everyday life just wanting to be called Dr. Bartlett.
I don't want. I wouldn't. Do you know the only time I break that out? The only time I'll break that out is if I feel like it will get me something,
Right.
or it'll, if someone's being a dick to me and they go, "What do you have to say about that, Mr. Bartlett?" I go, "It's Dr. Bartlett."
Right.
I've seen you do it in the Tim Hortons drive-thru. So
Oh, it's fucking superb.
I
for
write a
me.
frappuccino, Mr. Bartlett. It's Dr. Bartlett, actually. And I will have the
fucking-
Timbits.
What was the last drive-through both of you went through?
Tim Hortons drive-thru.
Oh, really?
Where were we? Coming home from a gig.
Oh, together?
Yeah.
Yeah, Tim Hortons. Yeah, we
Here,
went.
Kieran, do me a favour. Can you yawn?
My nephew.
Let's put that in post.
You're such an asshole. My nephew has an app that lets you buy stuff from Tim Hortons for $3.99 at like 10:30 at night,
At closing time.
and you get like fucking. Like
What do you mean you
12
buy it
donuts.
for $3.99?
You get like 12 donuts for $3.99.
You get
or,
a mystery box.
or 50 Timbits.
So whatever they're
That's
throwing out.
brilliant. But
And that-
that's
it
like a
works
young
for-
guy thing. Only young people should be doing this.
I
young guy.
don't need to discover ways to buy cheaper snacks. Like I don't.
What
need-
is this app though? Because that sounds
I
like
think it's
white
called,
man's magic.
It's
might that
called
call?
Too Good to Go.
Yeah. So it's places
Do other
throwing
places
stuff
do
out.
this?
I think
Greg's, Nero, I think he said,
Right.
all will be getting rid of stuff.
so.
at
So
the
it's
end
the
of the day.
stuff that's going out at the end of the day.
Have you done it?
No, I was with him.
Yeah.
What did you get? You get a good haul?
We got donuts.
Kieran, yawn again for me. Thank you. And do me a favour, don't try and cover it or anything like that. If you could just yawn as loudly as
If you can
possible.
get that microphone
Sitting there like some sort of
It's very
rude
warm in
emperor.
here, and nobody. No.
You're
no,
a rude. Speaking of history, you're a rude emperor.
See, if I was an emperor, mate, I would enslave you immediately.
Emperor,
Oh
mate?
my god.
Emperor mate. You will refer to me as emperor mate. I am. Pharaoh
What would be your first decree as Caesar? What like if you were just doing one thing, a law for all the Mediterranean? Go on.
I would say, for the Mediterranean.
Just for no, well, yeah, you're in Rome.
Yeah.
You get to go from the Scottish border, from Hadrian's Wall, to fucking North Africa, all the way out to Persia. You get to go. This is fucking law now. What's the thing you go for?
Wow.
$2.99 for Tim Hortons.
I
with it?
don't like guys that have the same, unless it's shaved, guys that have the same hair length all over. Unless it's like a 2 or something like that. You know, if you were to have hair like your length on top or my length on top, and then the sides and back of that too, I hate that. I think that's gross, and I think that should be banned.
You would get stabbed immediately as
Hair,
emperor.
I would.
haircuts for you.
You
what
could
do
do that
want?
back in
I
Roman times.
would issue a decree that I control the media and they all have to say nice things about me.
Jesus, propaganda.
That's how you that's how you'll sustain.
I would definitely run like mad games in the Coliseum,
Yeah.
like the maddest shit.
Bring you mystery boxes from Tim Hortons.
Yeah, because they did pretty mad shit in there. You know, they did naval battles and all in it,
Yeah,
and they
yeah,
did
yeah.
like fucking like animals and all.
Like they put water
They
in
did
it.
I know,
animals?
yeah. Yeah, they would release a load of tigers and people have to like hunt them
Right.
in the arena.
Okay.
I would do like I would have combined the animals with the ships. I'd be like, what does a boat full of tigers do to a boat full of lions? Do you know what I mean?
Right.
Mixy matchy, everything daisy.
I would love if you bought the rights to Takeshi's Castle.
Mister, I'm afraid to go to Australia in case there's a dingo. Go and get me a boat full of tigers, please.
Yeah, exactly. You go get me. I don't,
right.
Yeah.
No, we're going to Australia, honestly.
while I sit here and eat grapes. What?
I would like it if we went to Australia, and anytime we go to hot places, I like it if you just always had a white linen suit and a little fedora.
Do you know what I feel like I did a lot of when we were away? I was plastering my neb and fucking in sun cream when we were away.
Yeah, you were like a wee cricketer.
Yeah. I'm glad I didn't do too badly in Toronto. I didn't get burnt or anything.
Yeah.
Not much.
But yeah, I could see you fanning yourself all over Australia and eating peaches.
Oh, I love weekend peaches.
Mr. Bartlett.
Peaches are lovely when they're cold, aren't they? So
Yeah.
I haven't had that in a long time.
I've never asked for a peach to be heated.
You never
Stick in
had,
the
never
microwave,
had,
too,
never
You
had.
hate my peaches, bro.
No, but like I mean, you know, like you can just leave them at room temperature. You can stick them in the fridge.
Yeah.
There's many a way to store a peach. Thank you for joining us this week.
Dan, another question, please.
Jack wants to know what's the best performer you've ever seen live, comedian or musician.
Mick Jagger.
Ciaran Bartlett.
Mick Jagger, Croke Park. 2 hours, electrifying, didn't stop.
You're the
Up
best
and
doctor
down,
I've seen live.
Yeah.
What's
Mick Jagger. Where'd you see him?
Croke Park.
Croke Park.
Weirdly, it was a Dublin v Tipperary hurling match, and he was just walking about, just up the concourse.
I've seen some brilliant ones. That's pretty great, by the way. I've seen some great people. Like
Yeah.
I've
You're
seen
at my
Iron
work in
Maiden.
progress.
What?
Huh?
I've seen Iron Maiden. I've seen Sting. Sting's pretty great. Like to be fair. Christy Moore, amazing. Billy Connolly, amazing.
Right. And they collab. This was one night.
It was all one night. Yeah.
You love Sting, don't you, mate?
Yeah.
You love all that, like.
Do you listen to Sting? Have you ever listened to him? Probably.
I have, but I never set out to.
He's brilliant.
He
Like.
got me with that collab album with Shaggy.
Yeah.
That's
he's
what got me.
He's brilliant. Like.
Can I give you a decent Shaggy? We'll see what you think.
Go ahead.
What I think's wicked.
How big the top now?
You ready? You're a queen and a so you should be treated. Why you never get the loving that you needed?
That's
pretty
very
good.
enjoyable.
It's okay.
That's good,
pretty
yeah.
Yeah.
That's better than most people's Shaggies.
Yeah.
That's a very good Shaggy.
Can you give us a Sting?
You remember me. There you go.
Sounds like you're just about to die.
He
As a
does-
dingo takes you off into the distance.
He does the breath. I tried to do an impression Sting a couple of weeks ago that I thought was amazing, and Kevin and Chloe both wanted me dead after I did it.
Right.
But it's just basically, if you ever see him when he was sort of around the Brand New Day era, he smiles a lot. He's a big
Why would he
cheeser.
say that? Why would he say that?
Well, like in the
Oh yes, the Brand New Day era.
Yeah.
You forget.
It was his
I
first
had
release
mates.
post Police, you remember, of course.
Yeah. PP. Post
He
police.
does this thing where he like sings way back. He sings way back from the mic like that, like where he throws himself. You know, be like, if I ever lose my faith, he does big cheeser smiles.
Right. Willie, we're doing a thing. I haven't told you about this. Shouldn't
Okay.
be sent in live public thing. Near Christmas, it's an exclusive. We're doing it. We're going to do a comedian's stars in your eyes for
Fantastic.
charity. Are you in?
Yes.
Brilliant. Do you know what I think you should do?
Who?
LG, Liam Gallagher.
That was it, because he mentioned this to me yesterday, and I was a little bit upset I wasn't asked, but I'm glad I'm asked now.
Don't be silly.
I'm glad. I was thinking that, or I might go Slim to the Shady.
Right.
Hair back.
What do you think you would do?
Eminem song?
Yeah.
Real Slim Shady or Without Me.
Right.
You know, I'm not going to get up there and do Stan.
Yeah.
Just bring the room fucking down.
If
I'm
you-
like,
if
you
you-
can't breathe without me. I'm not doing that.
If you do Stan,
Do a favor next time you're doing that. Do a Sting.
If you do Stan,
if you do Stan, I'll
Sorry.
I'll be Dido for you.
can you be the Elton John?
I'll be Elton John. Yeah, just
I would love you to do an Elton John with the glasses and all.
Oh,
on the
come-
That's
eyebrow.
a rock, mate.
Whatever.
You're getting the Rock and Elton John confused
can we
again.
do- can we just-
He does do that, doesn't he? Though, Elton John.
I don't know.
He does, yeah.
I'm going to see. I'm going to see him
Road.
next year. It's been rescheduled that many times that I don't know. I'm making other plans for that night. If you know
I've
what I mean.
seen Elton John.
I don't know if Elt's making it.
He's great, like, but it's sort of. Have you ever seen a band? I've seen the Stereophonics, and they're like this, where you just see them and you just see
did you
them,
watch?
and it's just like what?
You in the pit?
And
He used to run out digs to step on my old size 9s.
it's just like
Let me know what you're doing.
it's just like you just see them, you just see them, and it's just very meh, like.
Everyone
And
put
Elton
your
John's a bit like
frappuccinos in
that.
the air.
Elton John is a bit like that. Just
Really?
a bit like I've seen, you know, like
Yeah.
there's no like.
You,
know.
you told me when you went to see Elton John, there was a point where I went, any requests from the crowd?
is true.
And you went, step into Christmas. And Elton John's looked at you and went, it's July.
This is true. Like
Yeah?
we actually were, you know, like in the Odyssey.
Two
we
of the
were, like,
biggest egos in the game.
We were
head
we
to
were
head.
we were back. We weren't in that front bit. We were at the where there's a gap in the crowd.
Yes.
We were the front row after the gap.
Right.
And like about 3 or 4 of us literally yelled all at once, "Step into Christmas!" when he shouts like it's jukebox time or whatever.
You rascals.
And he responded. He laughed and was like, "No, it's July." And we were like, "Please." And he was like, "Nah, he didn't do it."
But
But
Dr. Bartlett wants step into Christmas.
Dr. Bartlett would like.
these are dicks. What's your favorite Elton John song?
Do you know what? I really like the two he did when he was doing like almost like not a comeback album but more recent ones. The one where Robert Downey Jr.
I
in the
Want
video.
Love. That
I
one.
want love, but it's impossible.
Yeah, it is a tune. And
I
then
like that
what's the other one? The
This
Justin
train
Timberlake
don't
one?
stop here anymore.
Is that the one with Justin Timberlake in the
Yeah.
video? Yeah.
Yeah.
This train don't
But there's so
stop.
many. Can you feel the love tonight? Oh my god.
Good song.
What about? Guess that's why they call it the blues.
Yeah,
That's a good
I
song.
love
Tiny
that.
Dancer.
I love that.
Daniel.
Yellow Brick Road.
Daniel.
Do you not like Daniel?
No. The two songs that people love of his that I don't like are Daniel and Benny and the Jets. Benny and the Jets.
Oh, it's brilliant.
I like the
Annoys me.
piano to it, but only because it was sampled in a Frank Ocean
Oh.
song. I don't like the actual song.
Crocodile Rock as well, but annoying.
Don't like that song.
Yeah, that one I don't like. That annoys me when
He
they do
did
it.
one with Ozzy Osbourne about 2 years ago. That's a fucking banger.
Oh yeah.
Called Ordinary Man. Check it out. It's great.
Did Elton John buy him a diamond encrusted dildo? Or
Eminem
vibrator?
bought Elton John a diamond encrusted cock ring for his wedding.
Class. Did Elton John put it on him at the ceremony? Ciaran, you ever want a cock ring?
No.
What is a cock ring?
A ring for your cock? Dan,
No,
we
I
got
know
one
that,
more
but
question before we finish. Dan's under pressure. He didn't want to do another question there. He was trying to wrap us up.
A couple of people asking, where's Bunter and Fergus O'Keefe? Are they coming back?
Right, before we do that, every Friday we do this on Patreon, 2 o'clock, different guests, patreon.com/TVMe podcast. We're going to end the Instagram stream now to do this final question. Oh, that's cheeky. I know it's cheeky, but there's a free afternoon of entertainment.
It's
So
still on YouTube.
it's still on YouTube, of course it is. It's on YouTube.
Adult nudity.
Now, let me say this. Yeah, we got taken off TikTok for adult nudity. That's so sly. I want you to do Fergus O'Keefe as a guest on the podcast. Would you? Now, do you know why he is such a like showbiz darling, lovey, method actor type of guy? I asked him to do it via text, and he said, "I'll need to speak with Fergus." This is his own, this is his own alter ego. He said, "I'll need to speak with him."
Yeah.
Where is Fergus at the minute?
So
For people who don't know, what would you say? He's an old media darling, is he?
he was a music producer, yeah.
Right.
He was a
He was the Pete Waterman of his day.
he was, yeah.
He popped up on a BBC sketch show we did called Late License. I haven't seen or heard from him since. But
Yeah.
is he? And he looks a lot like you, but he isn't you, obviously.
He's,
But where has he been? Like,
people mistake me for him. I think Fergus. Last time I was speaking of Fergus, I think he'd been hanging out with Sting, obviously, and
he doesn't call him Sting, does he?
no, Gordon, and he's in that select circle. I think Fergus was saying he'd been sort of going between Sting's house and Noel Thompson. So because he's uniquely positioned to be both a fan of massive music stars, but also local Belfast
Anchorman.
level fame, news stuff.
Now, there was a big rumour online that Fergus was on the flight logs for Epstein's Island. Did he ever clear that up?
I don't know if he's clear. I don't think he's cleared his name.
I never got the vibe from Fergus that he was that way inclined.
Oh,
But I
no,
think
no,
he just said he was going to different regions. for
Fergus
them.
would have just been there to help people fix their songs and stuff in
Yeah.
between
Yeah,
rubdowns.
yeah.
But he was yeah, I think Fergus might be up for coming on. Yeah.
How
Yeah.
would we entice him here? Like, what will we need to provide? Will we have a cup of tea and a bottle of water, or what do you?
It's weird because Fergus is the guy that got me into drinking sparkling, so he might settle for some of that.
And he might weirdly, as he calls them, chuffles from Joxer before the episode.
I think he might like Joxer. Oh mate, I had a wee French dip sandwich in there today. Have you had that yet?
No, I couldn't have it.
It's very dirty.
Nice.
You can have it no with different bread, no? It's lovely.
What were you dipping in it?
You dip it in like a beef jus. It's very enjoyable. Yeah, I think I'm sure Fergus will be up for doing something soon. Yeah.
When he was saying beef Jew, he means beef Joe. Guys,
Yeah, I mean Tesco when I say beef jus.
thanks very much for coming
Thanks
on
for having me.
today. William Thompson, is that right?
Yes.
And Ciaran Bartlett.
Yeah.
Bartlett.
Bartlett.
Thank you to everyone who joined us as a one-off. It's been a public episode, but we're going back underground from next Friday. Join the Patreon, patreon.com/TVMe podcast. Ciaran, plug your podcast, not your Patreon, no, please, not your Patreon, just your public podcast.
Come to No Blasters on Tuesdays.
YouTube,
I'm also can I plug Ulster Hall? No.
yes.
Some tickets
Sorry.
left for Ulster Hall on the 26th.
You can't give the
November.
date. You can't give a date. You can just say you're doing it. Don't say the date.
Okay. There's some tickets left for my second show in the Ulster Hall.
Ciaran, wrap it up.
Which is on our Kevin's birthday, for anybody that knows that.
Some people didn't
26th
need to know
November.
that.
Please come to that. Thank you.
William, You got a tour. You want to give it a quick?
Yeah,
plug?
come see me. The Barely Noticeable tour. It's on
sorry,
shine.net.
William. I've just said that. Can you say tour instead of tour? Sorry, that's come from the top.
Has that come from top?
That's come from the top.
Sorry, come see the Barely Noticeable tour. It's on sale.now.
William,
At
sorry.
shine.net.
Seal.
I'm just
I
saying
can't
that.
speak.
William, no, I'm sorry. This come from above.
Yeah.
Can you say seal?
Sorry, tell them I have a brain injury and sometimes I fuck up, right? It's on sale now at shine.net. Go online and buy tickets. Come see me, please, and thank you.
Excellent. And Mud Blood podcast.
And listen to the Mud Blood podcast.
And also the Wrestling podcast.
Yeah, and the Are You Ready Now podcast. Are you ready?
got
Fucking
William, sorry.
He got
I'm
the
on
plug
things.
more.
I
Can you
don't
just
know.
William? Can you?
He
They
got
say
the
just
plug
leave
more
it there.
stuff
That's
than me.
enough. That's
So
enough.
good.
You anything else you want to plug?
Do you want to plug me?
I have a Patreon.
You'd full snog him, right or wrong, just for a bit of
I'd
content
full
right now.
snog everybody in this room.
All right,
Jesus Christ.
guys, have
Stay
a
away
great
from me and my
weekend.
wife.
I'll be. Oh, t-shirts. Huh? We got merch. We got merch.
I really like this one, by the way. to be
I
honest
think
with
it's
you.
beautiful. I wear because I don't like the idea of wearing my own merch. I don't really like that, but I think this is subtle enough that it doesn't really matter. And I think it's nice. It looks good. People be like, "What is that?" And that's when you go, "Shh," put your finger on their lips. This also, we got the white T-shirt with the logo on here. This is what people wanted. You know, we canvassed them. Sorry, if you could yawn for the third. Thank you. They wanted 3 yawns throughout the
something-
It's very warm in here.
There's something Lovecraftian about him coming out of a teacup, isn't
Yeah,
there?
there is, yeah.
Just as
I
wee
love
as
that.
wee
That
That could be
fingers
me
on
coming out of your bottom.
I love that one. Do you have them in fat boy sizes, them ones?
Do we? We'll speak to the factory.
We can get them. We'll speak to the shipyard.
Thank you very much, everybody and anyone. Thanks to Ciaran, William, Chloe, Tony for doing the live stream stuff there. Thanks to Dan. Thanks to Mike. And most of all, thanks to the Lord Jesus Christ. Have a great weekend. See you at the Opera House if you're coming. Ciaran, can you sing us out with a bit of Gordon?
You'll remember me when the